And here's the cool part. Now they have an extra 30 to 50% that they can invest with you. This is one of the most exciting parts about the deferred sales trust is it works for carried interest, and it also helps syndicators and operators attract and actually use a tool to get tax deferred money into their deal. So let's walk through that, okay? So most operators and syndicators, they don't allow 1031 exchanges. There's a couple of reasons. One, it can get complicated, okay? And then B, if they do, it has to be a big cash incision. They have to kind of carve out what's called a tenant in common into their deal. And so that's the first thing. So most of them, I know 99% of them don't even allow it. The 1% that do it on a one-off basis. It's just not very common because it's complicated. The second part of that is when they sell, they don't often do 1031 exchanges because the whole entity must move, which means let's imagine me and 20 investors were in your deal, Ruben, and you go to sell, like we all have to say yes, generally speaking, and therefore you Ruben say, no, forget it, everyone, we made our money, let's pay our tax, here's all your money, and then let's go to the next one. And this is with the deferred sales trust, we call it the seamless partnership separation, and it's really powerful because we can go each of our own ways, each into our own deferred sales trust that's never commingled to anyone else, each based upon our own risk tolerance. Half of us can go and pay the tax, the other half can do the deferred sales trust. Or Ruben, as the operator, you could just, for your portion, you might say, look, I don't want to provide tax advice or be a part of this until I've done it myself. But on your next deal, you go for my own amount, I'm going to do my carried interest or my amount into the deferred sales trust. All of the other clients get their money back, and now you're tax deferred. And guess what? The next day, up to 80% of those funds, let's imagine it was $1 million in that trust, 80% can go to a brand new LLC, and that brand new LLC can invest into your new entity, which is buying a new property. Oh, by the way, with a brand new depreciation schedule. So there's a number of layers here which are very powerful. And so as an operator, your goal is to add value. So if you can show somebody how to defer capital gains tax when they come in, you've added value, which is going to attract more high net worth. And then on the exit, they can go into the deferred sales trust. You've added value, okay? And here's the cool part. Now they have an extra 30 to 50% that they can invest with you, right? So you're not having to raise as much money on the next one. So it's a win-win-win for everybody. And we can't get the message out fast enough, right? But it is about riding that bike for the first time, okay? It is, most commercial real estate is like a religion. By the way, I'm a part of that religion, right? The challenge is the 1031 exchange is like the doctrine, and most people just only look at that doctrine and they don't realize that no, there's an installment sale that you can do here, and it's a little more complex. You've never done it before, but it works, and it's also just as true of a doctrine, but you just have never used it. And so it's getting over that old mentality of I've got it all figured out, I can do this myself. But the gentleman who just closed the Georgia deal, he's done hundreds of deals, hundreds of 1031 exchanges, and he sold the $7.6 million multifamily. He did his deferred sales trust for the first time. So once you get it, once you get with us, once you get educated, which is what we want to provide, we want to be the guide, then it opens up the door, and it's like, oh, amazing. Now I'll do this all day long, and I'll buy at optimal timing. I'll buy with a new depreciation schedule. I'll keep deferring the tax. But the key is whatever you want to do, we're here to support you, and we want to clarify each option and then help you make the best decision based upon your goals.